But we're starting with van versus pickup, a challenge between two contenders in a fast-growing sector of the car market.
Here's the scenario. You've got a family, so you need a good-sized car that can cover miles quickly and comfortably.
However, you've also got a job that dictates carrying bulky, sometimes mucky materials around. Or you're into outdoor pursuits. Or you're a massive DIY nutter. Or you breed dogs, like Newfoundlands, and you've got 12 of them.
So you need comfort and speed, but also far more space than an estate car or an SUV could provide.
Which means you need two vehicles, right? Wrong. You need a van with a crew cab. And I'll go one further. You need that van.
This is the MSRT Ford Transit Custom. It has 2 rows of seats and a remapped 2-litre diesel turbo that puts out 210 horsepower. It costs £42,000 and is one of the quickest, most powerful production vans in the UK.
Right idea, Johnny, but it's the wrong motor. If you want a properly rugged load lugger and a fast 5-seater, all rolled into one, you want one of these. It's the VW Amarok pickup with crew cab.
In this 3-litre diesel form, the Amarok develops a whopping 258 horsepower and gets to 62 in 7.4 seconds, making it the UK's fastest production pickup. And it too costs 42 grand.
What do you reckon, eh? Good.
You know,
good,
it's a good-looking thing. It's very premium.
I was going to say, it's quite posh for a pickup.
It's very, very posh indeed.
You can get all the kids in there.
Yeah.
Get 3 in the back.
Yeah.
It's got a roll top, so you can put stuff in. It's got a lock on.
But the great thing about this is just a more impressive package, ultimately. You can fit more in it, I would say. You've got the children in the back, because look, we've got 2 rows of seats like yours, but we've got an enclosed area, weatherproof.
True.
Could be a camper van. We've got a whole day now to find out which of these two is the best multitasker. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you going to wear that all day?
Too right I am.
We're going to subject this pair to 3 tests. And as both are designed for working drivers who spend a lot of time behind the wheel, we're starting with an assessment of road manners and comfort.
I love transits, and I love this gen of transit. I personally think when this generation of transit came out, I think it was better than the VW Transporter.
As a vehicle,
Yeah.
it's a good bit of kit, isn't it?
It's fantastic.
The diesel's not noisy.
No, it's not actually. It's really quiet.
Yeah, I like
The
it.
body control and everything's incredible. I know it's unladen, but normally unladen commercial vehicles are a bit skippy. You'll find that with your pickup, I bet.
Do you know
Bit
what?
skippy.
I'm now slightly concerned that how much I'm going to hate that thing.
But the turning on
Relatively
this.
to this. I think I should have a drive of this. I don't like that steering wheel.
It's far too chunky.
Yeah.
This is 40 millimetres lower, right? So it's got proper motorsport springs, dampers, and OZ wheels, yet...
The wheels are nice.
Same payload.
Oh, is it?
So it can still carry the original Ford payload.
Oh, look at the wind mirrors on that beast.
They were
Did
massive.
you see that? There's a lot of kit in here, isn't there?
There's a USB, there's a USB,
Oh, crikey, yeah.
there's a
look at
USB. Look at that, man. Down by the handbrake. Look, there's a 3-pin plug.
that. That's well handy.
So it's well equipped, but 40 grand, about 15 more than a standard double cab Transit, sounds a lot of money until you remember it's trying to do the job of 2 vehicles. Anyway, time for the 4-wheel drive Amarok.
Going on a job, doing a quote. That's as far as I've got with the lyrics.
So this is the Highline, top spec, sat nav, climate control, the auto, 8-speed box, that, you know.
It's great, isn't it?
Do you hear that? Oh, I've got standard, lovely
V6.
V6. 50 horsepower more than yours.
This is rapid, but the Transit rides better.
Ah, substantially better.
Yeah. But this can go off-road. The Transit's front-wheel drive.
I think the level of trim and fit and upholstery in yours quite a bit better than this.
Yeah. It's a good car, but it doesn't feel like it good value for money necessarily. But if you turned up to do a quote with your hard hat on, in this,
I'd forgotten I had that on my head, actually, to be completely honest.
would I go, he's earning too much money because he's in a very posh pickup?
So anyway, do you fancy having a drive of this?
Can I? Yeah. The steering wheel's in good shape because it.
Oh yeah, see, compared to that, that's good, isn't
The
it?
Transit wheel is just a bit
It's
silly.
bonkers.
Yeah. Can you feel that shudder?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
One of my kids gets travel sick, and one of them would not like
They
that.
wouldn't like it, yeah.
Whereas the Transit behaves so well on these back roads.
This is not a lifestyle choice, this car. This is a work car. Whereas I think the Tranny is totally lifestyle.
So it's round one to the Transit as it wins the on-road test. It's more refined and it has better road manners than the pickup.
Later, we'll be heading to the building site to put our motor's working credentials to the test to find out just how good they are at swallowing a ton of stuff.
I'll help you load this washing machine.
Yeah.
Cash. Now we need to turn our attention to the other box these vehicles have got to tick, right? They've got to be able to carry heavy, awkward, sometimes mucky items.
Which is why we're here at a building site. Because if there's one trade which know which vehicles work when it comes to carrying anything and everything, it's the builders.
Yes.
Yep, the next part of our challenge is to find out which one of these workhorses can handle a washing machine, a pallet, and some plasterboard.
And we've even brought along our hard hats, so it at least looks like we know what we're doing.
Show me your
Go and have a look.
workspace. Come on. What are we looking at in terms of dimensions here?
1555, 1620.
Right, okay, payload, talk to me.
I know that.
Yeah?
1120 kilos, which is like 15 grown adults in there.
Okay.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Interesting human trafficking reference. Great.
I'm not constraining height like yours.
So what, very few times we're going to buy a massive statue that's 12 feet
What
high.
about plasterboard then?
Okay, or the plasterboard, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Some great big trees for the garden.
My old man has a convertible. He always goes to the garden centre in a convertible on a nice day.
Swing ball, erected.
Pre-erected swing ball.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous. Is that a USB or?
12 volt.
Oh my word. See, I like this because obviously you can overshoot with bigger items because you can still see the number plate
And
still
you
see
can
the
go
lights.
to the Polo in it. Obviously, you put some nice slacks on.
Yeah. But this is quite a high loading area, in all seriousness. You've got to get someone up here to put it in.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah.
There's no doubt the Amarok has potential, but I reckon when it comes to lugging awkward heavy stuff around, my Ford Transit is the way to go.
Right, have a look at this. You've never seen a bigger tailgate. Watch this. Behold.
Oh, do you know what? It's nice now.
It's good on a day like today, you see. Good sunshade, good rain shade.
That doesn't look anything like... Oh, actually. Do you know what I mean? That's much bigger than I thought.
So this is 1.6 deep, yeah? 1.4 high meters, obviously. 1.8 wide. It's carpeted. Lower, 25 centimetres lower.
Yeah, do you know what? That's going to come into its own, isn't it?
Payload, actually not as good as yours. 1098, 1090.
It's not. It's
It's
only
nearly,
a
isn't it?
slippage. They're going off another tea break, aren't they?
Well, I would. Would you?
Well, we've been working for a bit. Should we have a tea break now?
No, we need to actually load some stuff in the van.
Yeah, but not before we've had a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Fair play. It has been 12 minutes.
English breakfast and rich teas done. It's time to get back to the job in hand.
Oh, look at this. I've got the wrong glove on. Have you got two left?
I've got two right.
Well, here we go.
Oh, hang on. Viewers at home, can you imagine Jason Plato coming around to your house and quoting for a
That's
job?
going in there. A treat. Oh, you dirty thing.
No. Do you want
Mate,
some?
I need a hand.
I was going to say you're going to bust a gut getting that on board. It'll cost you, by the way. Listen, I'll help you load this washing machine.
Yeah.
Cash.
How much you want?
I'll tell you what, I'll trade you. You can help me load mine because I'll probably pop an O-ring otherwise. Right, ready? You've got the transit bolts in.
No. Don't know what that means.
You don't know what the transit... No, that's upside down.
It's all right. It's all right.
What do you mean, is it?
It's okay.
Will it close, though?
It will. A bit of that.
So it's fouling the...
Oh no.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
In. See?
well, yeah, but it's in, but, you know, if you do more than 25 miles an hour, that's going to just fold back and fall into the motorist behind
No,
you.
it won't.
How do you know?
Maybe it's a bit of
But you've not had to cut it.
strap. No.
Right, my turn. There we go.
Although the pallet's gone in no problem, I won't get my plasterboard in without cutting it.
I need that to be 5 feet. I mean, this is slightly more long-winded than your pickup, I'll give you that. Job's a good one. It's days like this, I feel very glad that I'm a strong person.
It's in.
Is it smelling?
Smells like curry.
It doesn't matter, it's pre-sold, it's already been sold. Now that should go in with ease. It doesn't look quite as good. Hang on, hang on.
Just close the door, it'll be all right.
No, look. It's absolutely fine. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
of sorts,
go.
yeah.
So both our vehicles are fully loaded and we are both without hernias. I think you can say that's a job well done, but there can only be one winner.
Okay, verdict.
That's better for loading, isn't it?
On a day like today.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Because if we were doing this in the slashing British rain, I think your little board would be like that by now.
Well, I'd do the plasterboard the next day.
Yeah, you'd have to plan your diary differently.
Yeah.
Whereas I have to pre-cut the plasterboard or buy a roof rack. So it's a little bit complicated, but I'm going to say you've probably won that.
Although these vehicles are essentially people and cargo carriers, let's not forget they top the performance tree in their respective categories and clearly target drivers who enjoy a bit of sportiness. So, for our final test, we want to find out which offers the best blend of agility and outright acceleration. Each vehicle will race side by side through a row of cones before making a headlong dash for the finish line. It'll be the best of 3 runs to ensure a fair result.
So I've got a whopping 580 newton meters of torque, which is 94 more than Johnny. Now I've also got a 4-wheel drive system, so off the line this will have much more grip, and that probably accounts for my pretty impressive 0 to 62 time of 7.4 seconds. That's pretty quick, isn't it? So I reckon, whilst that might be a bit better around the twisty stuff and through the slalom, I think my overall grunt, launch off the line and grip might help.
I'd love to tell you the 0 to 62 time of the MSRT, but MS won't tell me. Maybe they don't know. Needless to say, I think it's slightly slower on the acceleration to him because the Amarok is both 4-wheel drive and I know it's got more power, more horsepower. This is 210. That's about 40 more. But this is lighter, and I think this van is more agile because it's got lowered stiffened suspension. It's also got, I've noticed, on the OZ wheels, it's got Michelin Pilot Sport tyres. So I think it's going to be nimbler in the slalom, but the outright drag at the end, I have a feeling that Plato's going to beat me.
3, 2, 1, go!
Come on, son. I think that was a cone. Oh, stability control kicked in. No, he's had me. I think I hit a cone, unfortunately, and stability control nabbed me.
Well, clear win for the pickup.
So Plato in the pickup won the first run with the extra grunt. Maybe a different technique would turn things around on the second go.
Right, rematch. Too many revs off the start line. Went in too hot to one of the cones and caught it. Must improve, Johnny.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, good start, good launch. Oh, a bit hotty. It's quite a lumbering old beast in here, but it's got some grunt.
Come on, come on!
Sorry for the pickup.
Just out-dragging me with that torque. It's that torque that blimmin' Amarok's got is really impressive.
This is better off the line.
Yeah.
And once we get out the slaloms, it's away. Through the slalom, that's a much better vehicle.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't got enough grunt. And the ESP's getting in the way.
ESP is really...
And I've got my hat on, which you don't.
So 2 runs down and Plato's won both rounds in the pickup. Perhaps I can salvage some race dignity with my final run. I need to get into van driving character.
Sport. Sport van. Sport. Sport van. Sport.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, it's a bit late off the line then.
Come on.
Have to make up some time. Yeah, all your fighter. Here we go.
Come on! Come on! Come on! It's close! Come on! That was the closest so far. That was maybe a car length. You rat! You cowboy building rat! I have to say though, it is rapid. You forget you're in a van.
While the van had handled the slalom well, it lacked the sheer power of the Amarok, which was a clear winner in our performance test.
So, I didn't beat you on any of those.
I'm disappointed actually, because I quite like that.
I reckon that's the better engine. This is more fun to drive,
Yeah. Yeah.
ultimately.
This is all still
It's still...
Leaf springs, four-wheel drive.
It is prehistoric underneath that facade.
Yeah. That's the car to have,
Yeah.
the van to have.
Yeah.
So this wins, but actually that wins. Do we think that?
I think that's the perfect verdict.
Yeah. This wins, but actually it doesn't. But
Truth.
it does. That wins.
Truth.
On this day, and given the specific tests we chose, the VW Amarok edged a win thanks to its speed. However, if we had to take one vehicle home and drive it every day and chuck dogs, cement and fridges in the back, the MSRT Transit would be our vehicle of choice. And yeah, that's a bit confusing, but sometimes life is.